shareholder, the first half of 2016 was a very good period for Mutandis as we had increasing sales and margins. As you all remember, Mutandis is a manufacturing consumer good company exclusively in consumer non-durable goods. We have three lines of businesses. The first one is detergents, the second one is seafood, which is canned fish, and the third one is beverage bottles and caps. The total revenues for the first half was 558 million dirhams, up 8% versus the first half of 2015. This was mainly driven by a 17% increase in detergent sales, by a 12% increase in beverage bottles, and by a flat level of sales for the seafood business. The detergents' strong growth is mostly market share gains and driven by a better distribution, a better go-to-market in Morocco, especially with the traditional convenience stores. But it's also driven by market share gains in liquids, and especially in dishwashing liquids, where we made a very strong push, new formula, new product, new marketing, and this was quite successful. The beverage bottle growth was mainly driven by carbonated drinks, sodas, basically, which had average to declining years in 2014 and 2015, and which are now doing much better in 2016. Mineral water is also doing quite well in Morocco and has done well for the first half, so it did contribute to rising sales. In terms of seafood, the volume of revenues was flat, but it was not because of the fisheries. The fishing business was very good. We did contribute a lot through our own owned and operated vessels this year versus last year, maybe twice as much in terms of volume of catches. But the transformation process, i.e. the manufacturing process, had to be stopped for almost a month or a month and a half during the first 6 months because of maintenance issues in some of our factories. So all in all, it was a flat first half for the seafood business. The margins were much better since revenues were up 8%, but gross margin was up almost 18%. And that was driven by a better product mix in the detergent business, more own brand versus third-party brand, more liquids versus powder, and also favorable raw materials. In the seafood business, margins were much better, mostly because we did catch our own fish and not buy fish from third parties in much higher proportions in 2016. In the beverage bottle, the margins were quite flat in 2016 versus 2015. So all in all, gross margin was up 18%, and EBITDA reached 77 million dirhams, up 31% because of the operating leverage on fixed costs. If we go down to the bottom line, recurring net earnings were at 29 million dirhams for the first half, up 43% over last year, and that's a reflection of the higher EBITDA, flat amortizations, but higher financial expenses, mostly due to an acquisition we made at the end of 2015, which increased our corporate debt during the first half of 2016. Dear shareholder, I hope I'll have good news also for the second half of 2016, and look forward to seeing you again and talking to you at the end of the year. Thank you.